Oh, Aries, this is your reading from the 1st to the 15th. I was nearly finished your reading and someone just walked into my house, okay? They got the wrong address, so I don't want to repull the cards. So a lot of people don't like readings like that. But my choice was either to leave you out or to read this way, okay? So I need to go back to Lenormand cards that you got. So you got the mountain with the fish. Okay, so the mountain can feel like you're like an immovable object. Okay, a feeling of things aren't budging, things aren't moving. And the fish is about creative flow. It's a very, very good card of prosperity. If some of you are looking for a new job, you're in need of some sort of movement in your life, then this is really, really good news, because I feel a lot of your reading shows two very strong potentials. The potential work and creativity and the potential of a new relationship. Now, I think for a lot of you, there's a lot of work themes because you do end with the Ace of Pentacles, which means that you've got this ace in your hand. The fishes tend to be about prosperity, by the way. So it would make sense. But there's a feeling as well, there's definitely a relationship dynamic going on here. You've got the Two of Cups for the Knight of Swords at soul position. But anyhow, behind you is the Two of Swords with the Empress card. So both very, very, very yin cards, by the way. So going with the flow. Maybe it's been a little bit frustrating for you. Mars has been in Pisces. Pisces is a closing cycle, so a new one can begin. Some people love the cycle, some people struggle with it. The trick with Pisces is to always go with the flow. But now Mars moves into your own sign. It's going to be there for 6 months. It's going to be a complex transit. I'm doing a collective reading, Aries, where I'm going to talk more about this transit, okay? So I can leave it out and try and give you some sort of personal message. That's the reason why I'm doing these collective readings. I can't seem to get people's personal readings without doing it this way, okay? So what you want is the Five of Cups, which means the Five of Cups is a card of emotional processing. Emotional processing is that cycle in our lives where sometimes I guess we feel at that mountain, that there's constantly a feeling of mud, like the water and the earth has all merged together and we just feel it mud. Nothing's moving, we're stagnated. The good news is what's helping you get out of this is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is either going to be a new romantic opportunity or a potential at work, and I see both showing up. So beautiful. And it's almost from this process of being stuck comes the Aries archetype, comes the movement, okay? The challenge is the Six of Pentacles. And this Five of Cups here is that something's stagnating. And I'm not sure if it's a relationship dynamic, not moving fast enough, or it's a work dynamic, not moving fast enough. It's one or the other. And because you've just been in a huge closing up cycle, and there's clearly a new cycle beginning, it's almost like both are still showing up in your readings, to tell you the truth. Because the Six of Pentacles is a card of flow, it's a card of reciprocity. It can be about the flow of money, or it can be about the connection between you and someone else that's unbalanced, that's not progressing fast enough. Because you get the Two of Wands in your relationships, which is very much like that fork in the road. Interesting thing with the Two of Wands is he's got the wand in his hand, which is this page. So there might be this offer for some of you, but an uncertainty about how it's going to progress, even if it is going to progress. Okay. Money and work, you get the you get the Page of Cups. My energy is leaking, Aries. This again, this can be a new relationship offer. See? A new love offer at work, or it can be the possibility of a new creative potential coming through. Okay, now it's emotional and it's wands, so which means your heart as well as your passion is inspired by this new project, yeah, or this new potential. That's very, very beautiful. It's almost like I look at your reading and it's like springtime. All these seeds are bursting through, wanting to come forward, Aries, okay? Now at a soul level, there's some, again, Knight of Swords with the Two of Cups, there's some sort of communication with someone. But there's something going on with this communication, because it doesn't seem that it's maybe giving you the emotional progress that you want fast enough. So the Knight of Swords can sometimes communicate in a way that's very, very blunt. In one of my other decks, he's cutting the head off a dove. So his communication's blunt. Be careful of any blunt communication that's causing conflict with you and another person. That will be something that will come up more in the collective reading, about how we're all going to have to manage this transit, and what the deeper significance and potential is. Because there's a message about peace and connection between you and someone else. And it almost feels like there's been it's almost like the rivers became blocked. And I'm wondering if what's blocking the river is the way of communicating between the two of you. The fact that no one's taking a risk and no one's taking a chance. Because if that's going on for our relationships, it's probably going on within our creative vision for ourselves as well. Now let me jump to the outcome. So you get the Page and then the Ace. So for some of you, this is definitely a new job offer, which is fantastic. By the way, brilliant if that's what this reading's about. This is definitely a job offer, clear as night. The Ace is in your hand now and it's taking shape. If not a job offer, whatever you've been working on is now taking definition, it's taking shape, it's finding its place in the world. For others of you, this is clearly a relationship. And there's something unusual about this relationship. Because, and it's with these cards here. And the fact that it's all pages. The pages are like the teenagers. You know, they love in a very innocent way, which is absolutely the way that we should all be loving. They don't carry this memory anymore. They don't have this memory yet of what can go wrong. So they love in a way that's beautiful and innocent. But there's something here. And it's almost like for some Aries, there's this new potential here, but you're scared to believe in it. You're scared to put your heart on the line because the start of a relationship's probably the sweetest, yeah? But when we're viewing it through the lens of the Five of Cups, we're viewing it through the lens of past regrets. So things that have gone wrong. It might not even be a brand new relationship. It might be one that's gone through a challenging time and you're trying to restore it. But when you're viewing it through the Five of Cups, it's sort of, well, this is what went wrong in the past. Now that is what our karma is, okay? It's like if we have pink glasses on, everything in the world is pink. And the work that I really do, my true soul's work, is to help people remove these glasses and to begin to see again, let these beautiful pages that only see potential and opportunities both in love and life. Okay, Aries, that's what you're here to teach us, that it's never too late, that every single day you can rise up with that powerful wand and go out and make your life happen. I think I need some more clarity here. So give me one card for the Aries, and this is about relationships. What's going on? Yeah, you get the Nine of Wands. So someone is operating from a very defensive and very protected way. Guarded. Now, to love is about being vulnerable, being willing to let down your guard. And I don't know if it's you or the other person. For Aries who are dealing with the desire for a new job, for new work, for new creativity, you get the Four of Wands, which is a new chapter. Definitely a new job here. And if anyone is looking for that, and what's been slow is their prosperity and their abundance, please receive wishings and blessings. We all have the power to bless each other, Aries. So please receive all the good wishes, all for abundance, prosperity, and new beginnings financially. Wonderful. Can't even be buying a house, moving, that sort of thing. But there's a very strong relationship theme here. Because the Nine of Wands is about not wanting to let anyone, not wanting to let your guard down. And I don't know who's operating at what level. But if you follow the esoteric rule that the other person's only our mirror, then we can deal with an issue by dealing with it inside ourselves. It's really, really big work, that, but it's so effective. So if the other person's the one who's really guarded, we can begin to remove our guards over our own heart to allow the energy to flow. It works, Aries. For others of you, this is about a new job. I swear to God, it's fantastic reading for a new job. Yeah, so if that's the case, everyone's going to be approaching it differently. For other people, this is clearly a relationship connection. And if you think of everything and everyone as this mirror, and if we take off these lenses, then what we look at begins to change, the way we perceive begins to change. And we become the Page of Cups. We become this energy of openness. And then what the world around us begins to change. That's a little bit complex, Aries. I hope you stayed with me. Check out the collective reading, because it's mostly going to be about Mars going into Aries, and the square is going to have to Pluto, okay? So it's a huge potential to heal the rifts between you and other people, or it's a huge potential for World War a million. And no one quite knows how it's going to go, okay? Anyhow, so much love, Aries. It's been a great pleasure to read for you. Bye.